One more thing that you guys need to know about what is a saturated carbon and unsaturated carbon. Okay, so
Can I?
oh, you know what it is?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ronak, what are saturated and unsaturated carbon?
Unsaturated hydrocarbons means that the carbon atoms are connected by a single bond, and unsaturated hydrocarbons are the ones which are the carbon atoms are connected by double or triple bond.
Very good. So whenever we have a double or triple bond in a hydrocarbon, whenever we have a double or triple bond in a hydrocarbon, those are called as unsaturated. Unsaturated hydrocarbons. Yeah. Okay. And wherever you don't have a double or triple bond, you just have single bonds, those are called as saturated. What did I do? Saturated. Okay. Hydrocarbons. Okay. Now, we know what saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons are. But in general English terminology, what is the meaning of saturated? So for example, if I say, okay, that's enough chemistry class today. I am totally saturated. I don't want to know any more information. What does that mean?
Ma'am, saturated.
Tired? Tired?
Okay, tired. Arya, what is it?
Capacity.
Ma'am, saturated is like capacity something can hold up to a certain point when it cannot hold anymore.
Exactly, yes. So saturated means that's it. I'm done with this. Like I cannot absorb anything more. Completely full. Yes, Kavya, that's right.
Ma'am, there's actually a way to create saturated solution.
Yes, saturated solutions. That's right. So saturated means when something cannot take any more, when something cannot absorb anymore, it is called saturated. So why do you think alkenes and alkynes are called unsaturated and alkanes are called saturated? Okay. So now look at all of these structures. Can there be more hydrogens added to this structure and this structure?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. But what happens if I break this bond?
Ma'am, then more number of hydrogens can be added.
Yes. So more number of hydrogens can be added if I break this bond. What if I break this bond? Can more hydrogens be added?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now can I add more hydrogens in propane?
No, ma'am. We can't break it more.
Exactly. We cannot break it any further. It is impossible to add any more hydrogens to propane. Right?
Ma'am.
Yes, Ronak?
But propane, if we break it, then it will be not alkene. It will become alkene.
It is already an alkane. Propane is already an alkane, right?
Not propane, propene. It is alkene, but if you
Yes.
break it, it's
So
alkene.
very good. Yes. So propene and propyne have the capacity to absorb they have the capacity to get more hydrogen atoms by breaking their bonds. But propane cannot do that. It is already saturated. Okay. So it already has the maximum number of hydrogens that are possible. Propene can break its carbon-carbon bond, like double carbon bond to a single carbon bond, and get more hydrogens. Similarly, propyne can also do that, which is why double bonds and triple bonds are called as unsaturated. That means it is possible for them to take more. Whereas propane cannot take any more. That is saturated. So alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons, meaning they have the maximum number of hydrogens that can be possible. Alkenes and alkynes are unsaturated. Is this clear to everyone? That's fine.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, if we break the alkenes, it will become alkenes, and how can we call it alkenes?
Yeah, you can't call it alkene anymore. Once you break the bond and it is a single bond, it will become alkane.
And then unsaturated hydrocarbons can be, they can become saturated hydrocarbons.
Yes, unsaturated hydrocarbons can become saturated hydrocarbons. And that process is known as hydrogenation. And we'll learn that later on. When we study about hydrocarbons more in detail, you will learn about this. Okay? Okay, so that's it. That is covalent bonding. You studied about ionic bonding, covalent bonding. So what is the major difference? How do you decide if something is a covalent bond and ionic bond just by looking at it, just by looking at the compound?
Ma'am, ionic bond is between a metal and a non-metal, but a covalent bond is between non-metals.
Very good. Yes, a covalent bond is between non-metals, and ionic bond is between a metal and a non-metal. What is one more difference? What is the difference between covalent and ionic bond? What
In ionic bond, they share electrons or gain electrons, but in covalent, they only no ma'am, sorry. And in ionic, they lose or gain electrons, but in covalent, they share electrons.
Very good. Yes. In ionic bonding, there is a complete transfer of one electron from one atom to another atom. So one atom loses electrons and another atom gains electrons. Whereas in a covalent bond, there is sharing of electrons. There is no transfer of electrons. It's only sharing. Okay. All right. So now can you guys draw the structure of methene and methine?
Then not possible.
Okay, why is it not possible?
Mom, doesn't alkalines require a double bond, like a carbon-carbon double bond?
Yes.
And methane only has like one carbon.
Mom?
Yes, okay. Arya says it is not possible and he gave an explanation. Okay, Akshat, what's your answer?
Mom, a battery is made of alkaline and lithium both.
Sorry, battery is made of?
Are there batteries of batteries of lithium batteries are there and
I think you are talking about alkaline.
alkaline, yeah, alkaline, yeah.
Yeah, so the alkaline is different from alkyne alkane. Okay, so alkaline, okay, let me explain that as well because it can be confusing. Okay, so there is alkaline and that is different from
Alkaline.
alkene and alkyne. Okay, so these are hydrocarbons and alkaline is something that is basic in nature. It is a base that can be dissolved in water. Okay, so alkaline alkalines are nothing but bases that can be dissolved in water. So whenever you have a base in its liquid form, that is called as an alkaline. So what are bases?
Salt is a neutral, not base.
Sorry?
Salt is neutral, na?
Yeah, salt is neutral. Okay. Okay, so looks like a lot of people are confused about what meth is. Okay, meth is one carbon. Okay.
Ma'am, this formula can be derived because in alkene there should be a double bond of carbon. Here it is only one carbon.
Yes, Very good. So all the people who said that it is not possible, you guys are correct. Methane and methane is impossible to draw. You need at least
That's
2
what I
carbons.
said. Ma'am,
Yes,
that's
Aja.
what I said, ma'am.
Yes.
Methane and methane, they require like 2 carbon atoms. Like they require double bond, but they only have 1 carbon atom, so it isn't possible.
Yes, very good. Yes. So it is impossible to draw methane and methane because in order to have a double bond or a triple bond, you need at least 2 carbon atoms. Okay. So with a single carbon atom, that's not possible. All right. So now look, okay, we were talking about alkaline. Alkaline is whenever you have a base mixed or a base in the form of a liquid. All right, or if you have a basic solution, that is called as an alkaline solution. An alkaline solution is basic in nature, meaning it has pH. Do you guys know what pH is? So it has a pH. Sorry?
Ma'am, the pH level which decides it is acid or base or neutral.
Exactly. So the pH of alkaline bases are, alkaline substances are greater than 7. Yes. So I can say all alkalines are bases, but not all bases are alkalines. Does that make sense?
That kind of makes sense, ma'am.
Yes, because not all bases are dissolvable. Okay, so not all bases can be dissolved in water. So the bases that cannot be dissolved, those are not alkalines. Those are just bases. But the bases that can be dissolved in water or that can form a solution or in their liquid or that can be available in their liquid form, those are called alkalines. Okay, so when I say, if you look at your periodic table will have something called as alkaline earth metals.
Yes, ma'am.
So what does that mean? Left hand side you will have hydrogen, sodium,
hydrogen, sodium, lithium. No, not
lithium. You'll probably, oh sorry, actually hydrogen will be here, helium will be here,
Lithium.
Yes.
Beryllium, boron, carbon.
Boron will be over here.
Yeah, boron will be there.
Fluorine, neon.
Neon.
That will be over here.
And between them, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine.
Potassium, magnesium.
So you have these, right? So these, except for hydrogen, all of these are called as alkaline earth metals. Okay. All right. So this is your homework for the next class. I need you to tell me why these metals are called alkaline earth metals. Okay.
Can I